Hi, my name is Robin Wong and I want to share 5 rarely used features in Olympus OM-D cameras. Let's do this! These tips that I'm about to talk about, they have been in Olympus cameras for quite some time. None of them are new features. Certainly, they are not popularly used. However, I do think that they can be quite useful in some shooting scenarios. Tip number 1, Lightbox Preview. There is an option in Olympus cameras that allows you to compare 2 images side by side during the review playback on the camera's LCD screen. I find this feature to be extremely useful, especially if I need to ensure that I have accomplished 100% critically accurate sharp focus in my images. I can compare one image to any other images side by side. I can have magnified preview to inspect critically sharp focus areas in the image to ensure that I get the best results possible. To find the Lightbox Preview, go to Menu, go to Cogs, and find the tab D1, D for Display. Go to Info Settings. Inside this Info Settings, you'll find the Preview info. Go in and check the Lightbox. The Lightbox is the last option. Typically, it is turned off. Once you have enabled the Lightbox, exit the menu. Go to the playback of the images that you want to compare. Say this is the image. I want to compare this against the others. To enable the Lightbox Preview, all I have to do is just press the info button until I find the side-by-side image preview. This is the one. So I have 2 images to compare. If I zoom in, clearly the image on the right is actually sharper than the image on the left, and it is the image on the right that I do want to keep. And you can compare this with any other images that you have taken. Feature number 2, turn off the LCD screen. If you are shooting in a dark environment, say inside a theater, and there are people around you, and you don't want the glow from the camera's LCD screen to be a problem, you can completely switch off the camera's LCD screen. People have been asking me, hey Robin, there is no way for me to turn off the LCD screen, and it is very annoying. Here is how you can do it. To turn off the LCD screen completely, you will have to disable the EVF and the LCD screen auto switch. To do that, there is a button here. Press this particular button. The position is different for other cameras. For EM1 Mark II, the position of the EVF to LCD switch is here. Now, long press the button. You come to EVF auto switch. Turn it off. Once this is turned off, then you can toggle between the LCD and the EVF separately. Now I'm going to press this to switch it to EVF. Once this goes to the EVF, the LCD screen is completely turned off. Alternatively, you can just flip the screen in and turn it off completely. Feature number 3, depth of field preview. This is possibly the least used feature in all cameras of all time. Some even claim that it is pointless and camera manufacturers should just skip it completely. There is a good reason why depth of field preview is still included in all professional grade cameras. If you don't know this, when you shoot through the viewfinder or the camera's LCD screen, what you're seeing is not the actual depth of field. For example, when you shoot at f8, the camera will actually show you the depth of field of f2.8. The reason this is happening is because the lens will open much wider to allow more light to come into the camera to assist a much faster and efficient autofocus and metering performance. For Olympus OM-D cameras, the depth of field preview button is usually located here. This is the default depth of field preview button. First, I'm going to reassign the depth of field preview button to ALFL so that I can reach it easier. You can see that when I toggle it, you can see what difference that it makes. We go to menu, under the cogs, we go to B for button function, ALFL. I'll change it to depth of field preview. Here it is, depth of field preview. Once this is enabled, as you can see, even without taking a photograph, I just press the ALFL button. Can you see the difference of depth of field that it makes? I'll release the button. The background is much blurred. I think this particular shot was previewed at f2.8, but my setting is set to aperture f16, which should give me a lot more depth of field to work with, meaning that I can see a lot more in focus. So I can preview it here, and you can see that there. It is depth of field preview. I can see an actual preview of my depth of field for my shot even before I take the photograph. So if I take the photograph now, although I have half press shutter button, the background is still very blurred, but once the image is taken, you'll see that the actual image is matching my depth of field preview. Feature number 4, test picture. There's an option for the camera to capture an image and show it on your LCD screen's preview without having to save that image into your memory card. I honestly cannot think of that many useful applications for this particular feature. I can only come up with one: flash photography. When you're shooting with flash, the camera cannot simulate the actual live flash exposure because the camera cannot predict where the light is going to come from, how it's going to bounce, how much light is going to affect or reflect on the subject. Therefore, having the test picture option allows you to have an actual simulation of flash exposure on your image outcome without having to save it into your memory card. To enable the test picture, you have to assign it to one of the custom function buttons. I'm going to customize it now. Going to the menu, the cogs, going to B for buttons. There's button function. I'm going to use the AL and FL button here for the test picture feature. So I'm going to go to AL and FL function. I'm going to reassign it to test picture. There it is. Once I've enabled it. On the screen, it is dark because obviously I'm using flash. The flash will fill in the exposure and I'll still get a perfectly bright image anyway. Unfortunately, this cannot be previewed on the camera because the camera cannot predict how the flash behavior is going to shape the subject. So without wasting any memory space, I can just press and hold the test picture feature. You will see the icon test at the bottom right corner there. And you can just press the shutter button to take a photograph. And this particular shot is a test shot. It's not saved in the memory card. You can clearly tell the difference by the test red icon at the bottom right corner. And finally, feature number 5, Diopter adjustment for viewfinder. A lot of people may not know this, but the electronic viewfinder is a lot more than just the LCD or LED panel. Behind the LCD or LED panel, there is a series of lenses that help to give you a clearer, brighter, and sharper viewing experience shooting through the viewfinder. These lenses in the electronic viewfinder can be further customized and fine-tuned in terms of focusing to suit your vision. If you're wearing glasses like me or have less than perfect vision, then make sure that you do adjust the Diopter setting on the viewfinder for the best shooting experience using the Olympus OM-D cameras. The Diopter adjustment is just located next to the viewfinder. It is easy to reach. Just turn the dial until you see that your view is perfectly sharp when you shoot through the viewfinder. These are all the rarely used features of the Olympus OM-D camera that I'm sharing in this video. Do let me know in the comments below how many of these features you actually know and have used before. I would love to hear from you. I do hope that you found this sharing useful. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to this channel, and I will definitely produce much more similar content coming this way. Until the next one, please take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.